Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining our webinar on simplifying your document collaboration within Office 365 Intranet. I'm Sudi Gumi, the Director of Marketing at BizPro Solutions. I'm joined here by my colleagues, Anil Gursahani, who's our Solutions Lead, and Surendra Dudani, our VP of Product. So many of you are familiar with what an Office 365 Intranet is and what its capabilities are as a digital workplace solution. We will get more into that, what an Office 365 Intranet, for those of you not familiar. But really, in short, an Office 365 Intranet is a modern intranet and a digital workplace solution for your company-wide document and content management, forms management and automation, project management, and overall communication and collaboration. It really houses everything that you, your team, and company work on in one streamlined and organized place using the power of Office 365 and SharePoint. For today's webinar, we will be focusing on an Office 365 Intranet as a document and content management solution and how it simplifies and modernizes the way businesses and teams create, collaborate, protect, and harvest their documents, content, and ultimately their knowledge. So that is what today's webinar will be about. So let's go ahead and jump into the agenda. First, we're going to give a quick introduction to our presenters today and our company. Second, we will talk briefly about document and enterprise content management because it is evolving as businesses, small and large, are shifting to a more agile, collaboration-centric, and cloud-based way of doing things. And now document collaboration and document management go hand in hand as collaboration around your documents and information is an essential part of document and content management. So we wanted to start here with the definition. And then third, we will talk about what an Office 365 Intranet is document management features and capabilities, and how it simplifies document and content management. And then four, Anil will demo our BizPoro's 365 product to show you what an Office 365 Intranet can do for your document and content management. So BizPoro 365 is a comprehensive, business-enabled, and ready-to-go Office 365 Intranet for businesses on Office 365 and SharePoint, and has all of the features that we will be discussing in today's webinar. And then finally, we'll end with some Q&A, so you can ask any question related to document management, Office 365 Intranet, or any general Office 365 or SharePoint related question. We will try to leave a few minutes for a Q&A at the end, as we have quite a bit to cover today. But please ask questions at any time during the presentation. And then, as always, please note that your microphone is on mute, so please use the chat inside the GoToWebinar toolbar to ask your questions. So for some quick introductions into our presenters today, again, I'm Sudi Gumi, the Director of Marketing at BizPoro Solutions. In my previous life, I was a management consultant at PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, focused on digital strategy and digital transformation. I'm joined by Anil Gursahani, who is our Solutions Lead. He leads our customer implementations. He has over 12 years of experience building and implementing Intranet and digital workplace solutions and is an Office 365 and SharePoint expert. He will be providing the demo later in the webinar. We are also joined by Surendra, our VP of Product and Head Architect. He is an entrepreneur who brings over 30 years of building companies and products that provide advanced, cost-efficient software solutions, and he will be addressing your questions in the Q&A at the end. Then, as a company, BizPoro Solutions, we are a full-service Office 365 and SharePoint-focused company. We're based in Orange County, Southern California. We also have offices in Boston and India. We have about 130 employees comprised of Office 365 and SharePoint experts, product developers, customer success representatives, and solution consultants. I mentioned that we have our own BizPoro 365 Intranet product. So we provide a number of services and support around the product, including development and customization, setup, customer success, and user adoption training, and more. And then we also provide services to those that are not using our product but need Office 365 or SharePoint help, whether it be SharePoint development services, integration, or data migration. You can visit our website, of course, bizporo365.com, to get more information on our product and services. We have over 15 years of experience developing Intranet and digital workplace solutions on SharePoint and Office 365, so we're experts in these areas as well as the Microsoft platform as a whole. Our customers, they're very diverse, range from small businesses to larger enterprises and across industries, as we can customize our solution to meet your business and industry specific needs. And then finally, we've been Microsoft Gold partners for over 15 years as well. So let's start with the meat of our presentation. So really, what is content and enterprise content management. First, we're using document and content somewhat interchangeably here, but really it's about content because documents are just one piece of that puzzle. With the digitalization, businesses create, use, and manage different forms of content, whether it's documents, videos, blogs, you name it. And then traditional content management has evolved from a more static and linear lifecycle, beginning at content creation and ending at content retention and disposal. But because of the pace of businesses has become faster, the way content is created, shared, retained, and reused has really changed. So now content management is more people-centric, collaboration-centric, cloud-based, and it's cyclical. So all this really means is that there are simpler yet powerful and more cost-effective ways of managing your content, whether you're a small business or a large enterprise. So the diagram below should really be in a cycle, but the content management cycle is broken down in 4 key stages. Create, where you create, collect, and share the documents you need to get work done. Coordinate, where you structure, organize, and coordinate and discuss content. Protect, where you secure content and manage governance and compliance with lifecycle and rights management. And then harvest, where you intelligently search, discover, analyze, and reuse content. So that is, in short, the lifecycle. And then now, with that kind of context and that definition, let's see what an Office 365 intranet is and how it helps businesses create, collaborate, protect, and harvest content. Well, first, for those of you not familiar, an Office 365 intranet is an intranet solution built for and on Office 365 and SharePoint framework, and connects to your Office 365 environment. So it is ideal for businesses on Office 365. And then an Office 365 Internet solution extends the Office 365 and SharePoint framework with one, enhanced and more flexible usability. You will see what this can look like with the demo. And then 2, an Office 365 Internet importantly delivers a lot more functionality. So for example, the document management and collaboration features that come out of the box with Office 365 and SharePoint, they're enhanced. But with BizPortal 365, we've extended the functionality even further beyond typical Internet features to include robust built-in features for project management, forms management and automation, and HR and employee management that can really stand alone as separate solutions, but are fully integrated with your intranet. So with BizPortal 365, what we've really done is extended the Office 365 intranet kind of concept into a more comprehensive business-enabled intranet solution. And then 3, with BizPortal 365, we have built-in integration with Office 365 tools to bring in key functionality into one solution and into one unified experience. These integrations are ready to go for you to use. We will talk more about a few of these key Office 365 tools and integrations as we get further into our presentation. And then 4, with BizPortal 365, we've also enabled the ability to integrate with other business applications, your CRM and ERP, for example, to bring in and distribute data and reports and bring in workflows from these external systems. Then, since it is built off of the Office 365 and SharePoint framework, an Office 365 Internet directly and instantly connects to your Office 365 and SharePoint environment. So imagine it as another tool in your Office 365 toolset. And of course, it is cloud and web-based and is equipped with enterprise-grade security. So that gives you a little context of what a Office 365 Internet is. But for today's webinar, of course, we're focused on the content management capabilities of an Office 365 Internet. So that is what we will dive deeper into the next few slides. There are a lot of features across the content lifecycle. So I'll go through these fairly quickly, and much of this will be brought to life in the demo by Anil. But I will focus on some of the key features and points here. And if there's any part where you want more information, certainly please ask. So let's start off with the first stage of the lifecycle, create, collect, and share. The main features of an Office 365 Internet here are real-time co-authoring, where you can collaborate on documents with multiple people simultaneously in real time. If multiple people are working on a single document, there is the check-in and check-out feature and automatic versioning control so that you avoid multiple versions, rather just have one updated source of truth. You can house, create, edit, and easily publish and share just about any type of content, from documents to company news, custom lists, rich media, including audio and video. This is a subtle but important point, but it is easy to do for any user or admin and doesn't require the help of IT. And the new documents are born with templates, rich metadata, and retention policies, making documents easy to manage from the start. You can easily share and upload files in different ways, including drag and drop. And finally, you can dynamically capture information that lives in an email, a whiteboard, or document and upload, edit, and share it seamlessly. Then the next stage is coordinate, structure, and organize. Coordinating activities and common actions between people to make sure information is properly coordinated. So first and foremost, within Office 365 Internet, you have the ability to organize your your libraries, and lists in an easy and formalized way. You can create richer experiences around your documents and content with the ability to add custom columns to document libraries and lists, change views, and pin things to allow people to zero in on the right content that they need and when they need it. Then Office 365 Internet has built-in integration with tools like Flow to tie in orchestration around documents. So you set actions based on logic to automate common actions, like collecting attachments from email or distributing documents from team or manager review. Then have alerts and notifications around these workflows so you can get notices when a document has reached the next step in the workflow or if it is pending a certain action. For example, if a document is pending review or approval. You can also group conversations around documents and information and share documents within these conversations with pre-built integrations with Yammer and Teams, all within the Office 365 Internet to streamline and organize your documents and collaboration in one place. And then you also have Power Apps to create custom mobile experiences based on how you want to view, customize, and interact with documents and information. And then in terms of protecting, securing, and governing your information throughout the lifecycle, an Office 365 Internet leverages Microsoft's and Office 365 commitment and long tradition of supporting these key areas. So you have the inbuilt Microsoft platform security as a whole. Then, of course, you have robust user rights management where you can set roles and access rights by user. It's very key and important. You can centrally define, set, and automate your data loss, retention, archival, disposal, and lifecycle management policies. You can easily define and set how long you want to keep and retain your documents and what you want to do with them after a certain amount of days. So, for example, you can say, I want to keep all contracts for 5 years and specify after that 5 years if you want to delete this type of content or archive it. And importantly, this is done in a no-code way. All of this is templatized where all you really have to do is select options from a dropdown, and you can apply defined policies to content by simply tagging the document with what are called retention tags. And then you can centrally define these policies in one place based on content type, files, and folders. So very easy and automated way to manage your documents and information throughout its lifecycle and really address your compliance and audit needs. And finally, for the harvest stage in the lifecycle, businesses, now don't stop interacting with the documents and information once they're saved and stored. The lifecycle is cyclical, as I was mentioning before, and content exists to support a future business purpose, such as providing information on a future-related decision, explaining historic context, or beginning the next cycle or iteration of content creation. So businesses need to easily and quickly find, discover, and analyze their content and information, especially as they build and store content over time. So importantly, within Office 365 Internet, you have powerful enterprise search that can search across all content, documents, events, lists, and metadata that exists within the Internet. Then it integrates with powerful intelligent discovery tools like Microsoft Delve that understand what documents and people you interact with and brings this content to your fingertips. Really all to make searching for documents and information quick, easy, smart, and relevant. This is very important as search is one of the most important features for any document management and internet tool. So this was a very brief overview of the document management and content management capabilities in Office 365 Internet has across the whole life cycle. Now, for those of you looking to simplify and modernize your document and content management, we highlighted some key criteria that any such solution should have. One, it should be cost effective. The solution should provide a quick and meaningful return on investment, your return on investment. Search capabilities, I mentioned, very important. You want strong search capabilities to quickly find what you need, especially across the many documents and content types that you will have and continue to add as you grow. Ease of use, intuitive use is a must-have for user adoption. And then mobile access, ability to access documents and information anytime, anywhere on any device. Flexibility and integration, easily integrate with the programs and tools that you already use and be scalable so that it can grow with you. And then collaboration and social networking, the ability for multiple users to view and add their contributions to a single document in real time, and collaborate and have conversations around such documents and content. And then security, the solution should restrict who can see specific documents, and secure your documents and information throughout the life cycle. And then keep that criteria in mind. And we kind of not noticed the points of how an Office 365 Intranet stacks up against that criteria. So in terms of being cost effective, it's cloud-based, so the licensing costs are lower. And with BizPortal 365, we have a straightforward pricing model by user. And then it's not just a document management solution, so you don't necessarily need a separate solution for your document management, project management, and communication and collaboration. So you can really replace and consolidate the tools that you're using with an Office 365 Intranet, saving costs there. And then no IT resources are really needed or required from setup to maintenance. If you're a BizPortal 365 user, we do that for you. Then if you are on Office 365, important factor here is you're really leveraging your existing Office 365 investment and getting more out of it. So you get more bang and stretch your already existing investment in Office 365 investment with an Office 365 Intranet. And then ease of use, intuitive UI with concise features. In terms of flexibility, integrations, as I mentioned, pre-built integrations with Office 365 tools. It can integrate with your existing business systems that you're already using. It's customizable. It's ready to go, but it's still customizable to change the look and feel here and there and some functionality based on your specific needs. And it's scalable. So as you continue to easily grow, you can easily add and organize content as your teams grow, as your projects grow, and your content grows. And then robust search. We talked about the powerful enterprise search capabilities of an Office 365 Intranet and the content discovery and creation with pre-built integration with Microsoft Delve. Mobility, since it's Office 365, of course, it's all cloud-based, so it's accessible on any device at any time from anywhere. And then collaboration, we talked about the co-authoring and social collaboration features in real time. And then security, it has multi-level role-based security and lifecycle management capabilities, audit control, and data encryption. So really, as a document and content management solution, an Office 365 Intranet is very powerful and meets kind of these core criteria. And then, of course, there are many document and content management options out there that are not necessarily Office 365 and SharePoint based, like Box and DocuWare. And Microsoft is really evaluated as a leader in content management for businesses, large and small, by the prominent Gartner and Forrester. And this says Microsoft, but is really what this shows is really Microsoft, but it's really talking about Microsoft Office 365, SharePoint, and OneDrive. And these are the key Microsoft tools that relate to content management. And really what an Office 365 Intranet does is bring all of these tools with pre-built modules, these Office 365 integrations, and extend usability and functionality to bring the full power of Office 365 and SharePoint together into one really cohesive and comprehensive workplace solution. So that was kind of a brief, covered a lot. So hopefully you now have a good overview of what an Office 365 Intranet is as a whole and what its document and content management capabilities are. And now with that, Anil, I'll pass this over to Neil as he'll provide the demo and really show you what all this really looks like.
Thanks, Sudhi. Welcome, everyone. So let me go ahead and jump right into our intranet solution on Office 365, that is BizPortal 365. So as Sudhi mentioned, in terms of content management and document management, these terms are used interchangeably. Really, for a business, everything is around content, whether it be in documents or other information, maybe forms or other corporate announcements and so on, HR information. So basically, BizPortals 365 brings all of that information together. You can house all kinds of information. Since this webinar is fully focused on document management, that will be the primary agenda, and in fact showing you everything around documents. Okay, but I will briefly touch on other topics also. Again, if you have any further questions on this, either you can put it in the questions pane, or you can email us. You can schedule a one-on-one demo with us in the near future. All right. So our BizPortals 365 is really built on top of SharePoint. I'm assuming most of you have Office 365, have been using it. If not, we have other webinars that you can get some information on that. So Office 365 has a lot of apps, as you'll know. And again, content is generated using all of these apps, right? So since it is on SharePoint, our intranet really takes advantage of Office 365 document management facilities, especially SharePoint. SharePoint started off about 13, 15 years back, really as a core document management platform, and soon it emerged into a business management platform. So you can see on the home page, we have a lot of web paths here. Again, it's all about information distribution. And okay, and let me just go ahead. Okay, all right. I think there was an issue with my screen. I hope all of you can see it now. Okay. So with this, I was saying that there are a lot of web paths that you can see here. On the home page itself, there is a recent documents web path that we have provided. And here you can see the most recent ones that have been uploaded onto our portal. Very easy for people to get to and click on it and open it up, right? So that's one way of looking at the most recent documents. All of our sites that one can create on the intranet, be it department sites or project sites, everything comes with a document library. Okay, so today we are going to look into an employee center. That's basically one of our features. It's usually used by HR to really distribute information to all the employees. Okay, so I'm just going to navigate down. Right on the home page of the employee center, you see this document library here. Very easy for HR to publish all the information onto this document library. Now, historically with SharePoint, let's say you have a global organization or you have locations all over the world, you would ideally think of creating separate sites and for each location, and then house some employee related documents. What we have is a great functionality here. You can create multiple libraries based on locations, based on other criteria. So right now we are looking at employee center documents. That's the main document library. You could create it for US employees. Let's say your office is in Canada, UK, you can do all of that, right? Separate libraries, and give access to the employees for the particular location. All right. So with this document library, you can house documents. You can go ahead, and we have given action pane here. You could rename a document, very easy to rename. You can move, copy it based on your access privileges. You can download it for offline view and use. Check out and check in, that's really basically you log the document, edit it, put it back in, it creates a different version, and you can view the version history also of a document. Okay, very easy. So what we have done is focused on the usability aspects for users, make it easy for them to do this. Anyways, let's say you have about 100 to 200 documents. You're just working on 2 or 3 of them. You want to pin it, really make it easily accessible. So you can take this document and pin it to the top. What that really does is brings it up here in the document library. You can do that for multiple documents. So let me go ahead and do that for a couple of them. Okay, so it's great. Next time you come here onto the document library, you have the most recent and the ones that you're working on, pinned right here. You can access it. And once you're done working, you can unpin it from this view. Okay. So again, very easy to do these from our side. All right. In terms of documents, also you can, as you bring in these documents, you can assign some metadata. So we have given you categories, subcategories, a great way to filter through these. So you can select your view. Let's say you want to see all information related documents, and you can filter it, and very easily you can see those, right? So again, if you see the user interface, it's very intuitive, easy to use. What other things you can do is manage your columns here. So you can in fact see, and this is for users, right? So they can decide if they don't want to see, for example, the created date for the document. You can disable it, save this view, and now that column will disappear. So our advantage of our intranet is really providing you all these features right at the front end. With out-of-the-box SharePoint, you usually have these issues. Users would not know where to go and set all these things up, right? Okay. In terms of this library, you can drag and drop documents right from your desktop. You can just bring these in and store it. So very easily you can do that. You can upload a new document. So we're giving you that functionality from your desktop or from a network file share. You can give it categories, subcategories. Again, all of these are customizable. Plus, you can add some custom metadata fields as you need. Okay. So all that can be set up here. The other neat thing about this is you can connect your document library to other Office 365 apps. So you can connect it to Outlook. And I'll just show you a brief view of it. It's great to see now these are employee-centered documents. They are connected to your Outlook, and it's very easy to preview these and use these right here. Okay, so great way to get access to these documents. Another way for this document library is it connects to OneDrive. So again, we are looking at employee-centered documents, and I'll show you a view of OneDrive. As you log into OneDrive, you see all the BizPortal's 365 document libraries show up in your OneDrive. Let's say you are working on some of your files, you want to move it. It's very easy. You can use this interface and just move it down to the intranet. So you can really use OneDrive for all your intranet documents. And again, going back to these, this is what we were seeing on the intranet view. Okay, so very tightly integrated with OneDrive, with Outlook. You can also use your desktop client for OneDrive and work on these documents. All right, now you could you have other options. You could create a new folder here, and if you want a full view of your document library, you can click on Go to Library. This essentially opens up a full view of that document library. And again, you see all of them housed here, but you can do some additional things. You can create a new document. If it is an Office document, you can do that right from here. You can create a new folder. You can manage your views. So views is again important. Again, as you start having a lot of documents, you want to be able to set your own views. So let's say I've set up a view for looking at all policy documents, and I just click on it, and it's just going to show me all the policy documents. So very easy to manage these. And again, the interface that you can see, user interface, that's very simple and easy to use. So you can create a view. Let me go ahead and just put in, let's say I want benefits. In fact, what I'll do is, the way to do it is, first you set up the views here. So let me just move out of here, and let's say I'm going to go here, and instead of benefits, I'm just going to say information, and I'll filter these documents. Now you see all the information documents, and for this I want to create a custom view, and I'll just say information documents. So again, this is a demonstration to show you how easy it is to set these views up. Okay. and you see these information documents right here. Okay, so making it easy for users is the key feature. Again, you could be using OneDrive, you could be using other apps like Delve, and maybe you have documents in Microsoft Teams. Really getting all of those in one location is very powerful. We have a great search feature built in for documents. Now again, I'm just going to go ahead and search for some information. Let's say I'm just going to go ahead and type in carpool, since these are employee related documents. I have several search criteria here. I could search this entire library. That is, I can search across all metadata or the content of documents, or I could go to a particular folder and do the same. Okay, so I'm going to go to the library, search for across all metadata, and then very quickly it will give you the search results. So very powerful search built in right here. On the same note for search, let me go back to the home page and show you a little bit of search here. Right on the top, we are giving you an enterprise search functionality, since again, Sudhi mentioned that content is not only in documents, but across your site. So you could search, let's go ahead and search for benefits, since we're talking about employee documents here. And you could search for benefits and just execute the search, and you get a search result of all documents with benefits listed as in the content, right? And you have a little pane on the left, and you can select by categories, by date, and by authors. So again, very powerful to get hold of your content here. All right. Next, in terms of documents, as I mentioned, that we can house documents in all sites. So this is an example of a marketing site. If you go down, you have a document library, and you could have multiple. As you can see here, you have multiple document libraries for your marketing department, and you can just select the library and get a view of it. It's taking a minute, that's fine. Okay, so in terms of other things, let me also introduce you to one of our new functionalities, that is My Site. My Site essentially is really a dashboard view for users where they can see my tasks, and again, here my documents. You can have another view of all your documents across your site, get a view of it. The ones that you're following, you can easily get to those. From here, again, this is tightly integrated with the rest of Office 365. So a very similar view to what Delve offers you, and I'm sure some of you have looked at this. So with this, you can see all your recent documents, email attachments with Delve. With this Portals 365, you can get a similar view of all these documents. All right. In terms of projects, so again, going into departments, you'll have documents giving you a quick view of a project site. So when you execute projects, obviously you'll have project documents. And again, for consistency, we have provided a similar interface on the document library. You can see all of these here. The other thing that Sudhi mentioned was in terms of setting up approvals, workflows for documents. Now that is custom for every organization. So in terms of our solution, we can work with you, set up these custom workflows. But essentially, once your document library is available in OneDrive, you could use other tools also if you need to. For example, for one of these documents, you want to set up a workflow, you could just use Microsoft Flow, right? And you can request sign off, create a new flow. So I'm just going to go ahead and display this. So you have some out-of-the-box templates for Microsoft Flow. And then let's say you wanted to request manager approval for a selected item. So I'm just going to open up Flow very quickly and set that up. All right. So with this, again, hopefully some of you have used this. If not, we do offer training sessions. We do offer consulting services for Office 365, and you can get in touch with us. But essentially, you can use this, set up your own workflows for documents, take it through an approval process, and so on. Okay. It's taking a little while to open this up. Anyways, going back to our homepage, we did a search for benefits, and you got all this information. What we also have is a form center where we house all our forms. Again, there's a lot of content in there. So if you wanted to see a list of all your forms, this data content is available right here through Form Center. So all your forms that are needed for approval sitting here. You can see all the saved records and so on. Again, all this information is readily available, searchable. You can do enterprise searches, not only for documents, but for everything in the portal, for, let's say, news and announcements, against people, tasks. So you can search for all information within this portal. All right. Let's go back to where we started from on the Employee Center. So as you can see, there's a lot of other content here. Outside of documents, you could put in a lot of other content. You can search for these. Employee onboarding can come in. You can have insurance, travel information. So really getting all of this housed in one intranet portal is a tremendous advantage. And with your existing investment with Office 365, you can only make it better. You can leverage that using this system. All right. So with this, I'd like to end the session here. Again, any specific questions that you have, you can type it in the questions pane or get hold of us and schedule a one-on-one demo. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you.
Hi, thanks Anil for excellent demo and Sudhi for the presentation. There was a lot of material presented and I'm sure it'll take you some time to digest all that. There were quite a few questions, good questions. I'll try to answer some of them in the limited time that we have. If I'm not able to respond to your questions, please email us at bizinfo@bizportals.com. If you also think of questions later on, send us an email. We'll definitely respond to it. Let me get to the first question, which is we have a lot of documents in another tool, but we don't have Office 365. Can you help us to migrate the documents and how easy it is to migrate? Yes, we do assist our customers to get on board on Office 365. We provide services to migrate documents. We assist in categorizing, getting rid of old documents, and setting up properly on new Office 365, which consists of OneDrive and libraries, as you saw. So categorizing is very important when you are moving documents to a new portal. The next question is, we are using Office 365. Where do our documents get stored? Good question, because everything is in the cloud. People wonder where the documents are stored for security reasons primarily. Your email and documents will be securely stored on Microsoft's cloud servers. Microsoft uses OneDrive technology for storage, so all document libraries from SharePoint are actually stored on OneDrive also. So they are also guaranteed to be backed up. If you go to OneDrive, you'll be able to see SharePoint libraries as you saw in the demo, along with your other files on OneDrive. And you can recover your old files. There are policies of retaining old files for 30 days and 60 days. And there is a process to get even older files back into your portal. Next question, can SharePoint install a document approval process? Yes, we actually have a document approval process which is quite elaborate. You can go have reviewers who can review the documents. The review process can be either sequential or parallel. So multiple people can look at the documents, review the document, send the comments back, and then finally approve it. So that's very easy to do, actually using also Microsoft Flow, and they provide very elaborate mechanisms of one stage, two stage, or multi-stage approval process, so that you are sure that when the document is published, it has gone through enough reviews. So this consists of workflow which can have one or more steps. We can send emails during the approval process, and it's all configurable. Next question is, how does sharing documents work in Office 365? Good question. You saw some of that in the demo. We have seen how documents are stored in libraries, and there are explicit ways of sharing a particular document. So first, you can create a library in any team site and provide access to a team. So the team can then have a particular place to store the document and retrieve a document from one known place. So that's one way of sharing within the team, that you just store the documents in one place. The next option you have is to explicitly share a particular document to one person or a group of people. So when you mark it as sharing a document, an email is sent with the link of the document to the person with whom you are sharing. So it's very easy. You just mark it for sharing, and you specify whom you want to share it with, and then the other person can look at it and review the document. And you can also give explicit permissions to sections of the library, particular set of documents. There's a whole host of configurability that you can use in these libraries for sharing documents with different permission levels. So some documents, obviously, you don't want people to be editing. Some documents you may want them to also edit along with reviewing. So all that features are available in the library module. The next question is, will our information be secure in the cloud? Obviously, many people are concerned about security these days. And so Microsoft has ensured that security provisions cover all information, whether generated in email, SharePoint, OneNote, or any other content stored in SharePoint or Office 365. And so they also have very stringent requirements for emails, anti-spam detection, antivirus, and a whole host of other packages can also be installed in it to make sure that the viruses don't get into your documents. They are also encrypted, so that's another way of protecting the documents. Next question is about the tool. This tool looks cool, but we don't have Office 365. Can you help us to get started? Yes, definitely. We can help you guide through the Office 365 subscription models and get you on board with proper setup and so forth. We provide extensive services for setting up our customers. I think I'm out of time. Unfortunately, we will answer the rest of the questions through email. Thank you for attending. Thank you for your attention, and hope you got good content and material, and you'll be reviewing our portal as well as other portals and Office 365 capabilities. Thank you for attending.